Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And right now on WRAL News, breaking news, 2 killed in a car crash in Raleigh. This is a live look right now at that scene on Lewisburg Road.
And we're looking at a good chance of the first 90-degree day of the year. I'll show you how long the heat wave will last.
$1 trillion loss. All eyes on Wall Street this morning after the worst day of trading in 5 years. This as a new economic report on job growth in the U.S. is due out this morning.
And the final dance, Dreamville, gets underway in Raleigh this weekend. A look at the final touches being added today. Yeah, it's Friday. They'll get underway Saturday. It'll be bouncing down there for sure in Dix Park, Saturday and Sunday. I'm Jeff Hogan. Good to have you with us on this Friday.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey in for an HU. Happy Friday. Yeah, Dix Park is going to be bumping this weekend, and it's going to be warm, too, for everybody out there. It's warm right now, Elizabeth. It feels like summer outside.
It does. It's humid. It is warm. And it's going to be hot this afternoon. This is a live look at Fitton and Carey. And you're going to be looking for a place in the shade. I love this lawn out here with their chairs, but you're probably going to want a shady covered spot this afternoon if you're going to be outside. It is 74 degrees right now with a dew point of 65. That feels just like summer. High dew point, so lots of moisture in the atmosphere and very warm temperatures, even warmer than yesterday. 71 Rocky Mount and Goldsboro, 72 Southern Pines, and 70 in Roxborough. So we're getting an even bigger start on our warmth today. Now, it's cloudy for the most part this morning. As we head into the afternoon, we'll see more sunshine, and that sunshine this afternoon will really help to bump up those temperatures. So at lunchtime, the temperature will be, say, around 80, which will be great for spending your lunch hour outside, but we're going to hit 90 degrees right around 4 o'clock. It stays dry for us today, tomorrow, and for most of Sunday, but late Sunday night, we have the potential for some severe storms in our northern counties. We'll talk about the timeline for that coming up.
Thanks, Elizabeth. We do want to get back to that breaking news. Investigators are on the scene of a serious crash in Raleigh. This is happening on Lewisburg Road near I-540. The road in that area is shut down, and WRAL's Eric Miller joins us live from that scene. And Eric, traffic is being diverted around all that right now.
Yeah, Jeff, a major closure after a very serious crash here this morning. You take a look behind me. This is that scene on Lewisburg Road, right outside the 5401 North community. Lewisburg Road right now is shut down from the far side of 540 all the way up past this neighborhood. That gives you some idea of just the severity of this crash here. You take a look over here, you can see the debris field left behind by the 2 vehicles involved here. Shattered glass, personal objects left scattered in the road. Out of respect for the victims in this crash, we're not going to pan over show you those vehicles that were involved right now. But again, we can say at least 2 vehicles involved at this point. We know that this call came in right around 3:30 this morning. A major law enforcement and first responder presence on this scene as they piece together exactly what happened here, what went wrong, what led up to this crash. We're working to learn more about the victims involved, what exactly the cause might be. We'll bring you those details as soon as we get them. But we can say if you were headed this way this morning, trying to come down Lewisburg Road towards Raleigh, or maybe back up out of town, you are not going to be able to go through this way. You are going to have to divert around Lewisburg Road, likely for several hours this morning. In Raleigh, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
We will also be watching the stock market closely today to see if there's a rebound after a massive sell-off. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all plunged dramatically in response to President Donald Trump's new tariffs on nearly every global trading partner. It was the worst day on Wall Street since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic 5 years ago. Trump is not giving in, though. He says the U.S. economy will boom in the long run. And speaking on Air Force One, Trump said he is open to negotiations with other countries if they offer something, in his words, quote, phenomenal. The European Union and China say they're preparing countermeasures against the tariffs. Canada's prime minister says his country will match a 25% tariff on automobile imports from the U.S.
And this morning, we'll get new information about how the country's labor market is handling financial uncertainty. The Bureau of Labor Statistics will release its March jobs report at 8:30 this morning. Forecasters expect it will show the economy added 140,000 jobs in March. That would be a slowdown from the 151,000 added in February. It would also be below the average monthly figure of 167,000 over the last 12 months.
Today, senators will start the process of approving the Republican-backed budget resolution. That vote will happen after up to 50 hours of debate at the U.S. Capitol. This is a live look right now at the U.S. Capitol this morning. The Senate voted 52-48 last night to begin the process. Republican Rand Paul of Kentucky joined all Democrats in voting against it. Passing the budget resolution is just the first step. The House would still have to pass it as well. Then it would go to committees that will use the framework to craft the actual bills.
The countdown to Dreamville is on in Raleigh. Dix Park will close to the public today so crews can make the final touches before all the festivities kick off tomorrow at noon. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from Dix Park this morning. Kelsey, thousands of people will be in town for this festival. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to cause some traffic headaches.
Yes, Michelle, and even if folks are not headed out to the festival, this traffic could impact their commute starting today. So you may notice some signs here like along Western Boulevard that are warning drivers about taking alternate routes, as we're expecting to see so many people here this weekend. But we'll take you to some Sky 5 video to show you Dix Park as crews are preparing for the big weekend. Thousands of people are heading to Raleigh for the festival. The city raked in nearly $146 million in economic impact last year. Now, this weekend was set to be the final Dreamville Festival, but event organizers and the city of Raleigh made a big announcement yesterday. A 4-year contract for another music festival is in the works.
I really think that good art is great business, and Dreamville has really shown that both in its lineups of performing artists and in its prioritization of really making sure that the local creative community is represented. So, yeah, absolutely thrilled that we'll keep doing that.
The city and Dreamville organizers are still working out the details of that contract, so we don't have a name yet for the new festival. But as crews are doing their final preparations tonight at Dix Park, the park will close to the public at 10 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
And there are several ways to get to Dreamville this year. Anyone staying or parking in downtown Raleigh can ride the downtown shuttle to and from the venue. Passes cost $50 and are good all weekend. And the shuttles run nonstop from 10:30 in the morning until 1 a.m. They'll pick up at Moore Square and the west entrance to the festival. You can also go catch a ride on the Go Raleigh bus. Routes 11 and 21 both travel from Dix Park to downtown. That option will be a lot cheaper, costing a max of $2.50.
A major road in Asheville will reopen today, more than 6 months now after it was destroyed by Hurricane Helene. The DOT says Swannanoa River Road will be back open for traffic this afternoon. Crews and contractors have worked for months to repair and rebuild a 3-mile stretch of that road. Part of it opened in late January.
Today, South Korea's impeached president was removed from office. Constitutional Court ruled to remove the country's impeached president. The country's Constitutional Court unanimously ruled to remove Yoon Suk-yeol from office. It comes 4 months after he declared martial law. The order upholds Parliament's decision to impeach Yoon in January. The country must now elect a new president within the next 2 months.
A man in Raleigh is facing charges after police say he sexually assaulted a woman inside a Cary Walmart. Officers say they caught him a day later when he returned to that same store. 31-year-old Stephen Ingram is now charged with 1 count of sexual battery. The incident happened at the Kildare Farm Road Walmart Wednesday. A 72-year-old woman told police a man brushed up against her while she was checking out. And when they arrested Ingram yesterday, he made incriminating statements to officers.
Former heart surgeon and TV personality Dr. Mehmet Oz now leads the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. The Senate confirmed Oz yesterday, voting down party lines. The 64-year-old will manage health insurance programs for roughly half the country. This as Congress currently considers cuts to the Medicaid program. Oz has not said whether he opposes cuts to the program.
Carolina Hurricanes are going to the playoffs, and you can get tickets to watch all the action. The team will play at least 2 playoff games on home ice at the Lenovo Center, though it is not clear yet who they will match up with. Tickets go on sale next Thursday. The Canes clinched their 7th consecutive playoff berth with a Wednesday night win over the Washington Capitals, which was broadcast right here live on WRAL. For information on how to get playoff tickets, you can visit WRAL.com.
St. Augustine's University is facing 2 new lawsuits over claims that it's not paying its bills. 2 different companies filed suits about a week apart, totaling more than $18 million. Wireless company SBA Connect claims the university went into default of its agreement in September and owes $17 million. IT company Avaria claims the historically black university has paid some, but not all of its bills dating back to 2020. Avaria says it's owed about $1.3 million. Avaria's attorney says the company is still doing work for the university unpaid.
If they were to pull the plug on that, it would make a very bad situation even worse.
And the lawsuits come about a month after St. Aug's accreditation was revoked because it could not prove financial stability and proper oversight. The university is appealing.
20 minutes before 5 right now, and a track meet tragedy here. Father's anger as he grapples with the murder of his 17-year-old son.
His brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding, and he died in his brother's arms.
And the arrest made in that case as a community is left mourning.
And the size of a grain of rice. Engineers have created the world's smallest pacemakers. How it could help newborns born with heart defects.
Also give you this live look at Fenton and Cary. Record heat forecast for today and tomorrow, and meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us how long this will last.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:44. It's a nice quiet morning. Temperatures are warm. It's muggy, very similar to what we saw yesterday. We're starting with some cloud cover this morning. Once we get past lunchtime, we'll see more sunshine. And today is likely to be the hottest day so far this year. I mean, look at where we're starting. Our normal high today is 69. Tomorrow, the normal high moves up to 70. But we're above that right now. 74 in Durham, 73 in Fayetteville, 71 in Garner and in Cary. Our temperatures are 2 or 3 degrees warmer than they were this time yesterday. Looking at that 90-degree day. Oh, we're there at 4 o'clock. It's not going to be too bad this morning. Well, we still have a lot of cloud cover around. We'll just hit 80 at lunchtime, but it's going to be pretty hot and steamy later on for this afternoon. Now, we'll see that through the weekend, but I'll show you when we turn much cooler coming up.
This morning, we're hearing from the father of a teenager who was stabbed to death at a track meet in Texas. Police say another student stabbed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf in the heart and right in front of his twin brother. This happened Wednesday in Frisco, Texas, not far, 30 minutes north of Dallas. Austin's twin brother, who was at the track meet, told their dad the incident began when the pair asked a student to move to a different seat. Police are not saying what caused that altercation, but have arrested 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, and the student athlete from a rival school is now charged with murder. Austin's family is grieving that loss, remembering the gifted student athlete.
He was loved by many. He was a leader. He believed in God. He was a great kid. Made me the proudest father in the world.
Anthony is being held on $1 million bond. He has not yet made a plea.
Engineers at Northwestern University developed what they believe is the world's smallest pacemaker. Smaller than a grain of rice, it can fit into the tip of a syringe and be injected into the body. The pacemaker can be used for all sizes of hearts. It could be especially helpful in the fragile hearts of newborns with congenital heart defects. It is made for patients who only need a pacemaker temporarily, and it dissolves naturally after it's no longer needed. People in Durham County will have a chance to drop off old electronics that need recycling tomorrow. From 8 a.m. until noon, the county's solid waste division will accept broken or outdated electronics. That's at their site in northern Durham on North Roxborough Road. Residents must have a current solid waste decal included in last year's property tax bills.
Cataloochee area of Great Smoky Mountains National Park partially reopens today. This will be the first public access to Cataloochee since September of last year. Visitors will be able to drive some places in Cataloochee, but not everywhere. Some trails are missing bridges and have downed trees still across the roads there and paths. Several historic structures require repairs. The campground will remain closed. That's unrelated to Helene damage.
All right, let's get back right over to Elizabeth Gardner, because a lot of people are going to be walking out the door this morning saying, oh my goodness, what season is it?
It feels like summer. It definitely does. Temperatures are in the low to mid 70s right now, and our dew point is high. Lots of humidity in the atmosphere. It's cloudy right now, as we take a look past the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. Our temperature is currently 74 with a dew point of 65. Now, typically July and August, that dew point will be maybe 71, 72. So it gets a little bit higher in the summer, but for this time of year, that's high. And we had high humidity yesterday. We'll feel it again today and all the way through the weekend. 70 in South Hills, 71 in Goldsboro, 72 in Southern Pines. We zoom in closer to the Triangle. Knightdale's at 71, 71 in Garner, 71 in Cary, 71 in Chapel Hill. So we're looking at warm temperatures everywhere you go. And it's going to be anywhere from about the same to as much as 3 degrees warmer than yesterday. So not a big change, very similar to what we saw yesterday. 90 for the high today in Raleigh, 91 in Durham, 90 in Fayetteville. If we do hit 90 at RDU, it would be the first time this year, but we could hit it again, maybe once or twice more over the weekend. Our pollen count, of course, remains high all the way through the weekend. That yellow pine pollen, as well as the oak and sweet gum, are the main pollinators out there right now. Our reported photo comes from Julie Newman in Durham, and pretty much all of our photos are of pollen, and you can see all the pollen there in that retention pond, and it's still really messy out there. Go to WRAL.com/report it, and we would love to see your photos. 69 is our normal.
We have some movie news now to take you into your weekend. Here's David Daniel with a Hollywood Minute.
The latest sneak peek at Superman includes more of Krypto saving an injured Man of Steel, the Fortress of Solitude, and its robots. Superman flies into theaters July 11th.
Anything you can dream about, you can create.
A Minecraft movie star, Jack Black, says he loves how the game spurs kids' imaginations.
I'm looking forward to this next generation of architects that grew up on Minecraft. Like, I bet you we have some insane buildings and structures that are going to be coming over the decades to come.
A Minecraft movie is in theaters now. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Jack Black is just funny, I think. You can catch him on Saturday Night Live tomorrow as well. This will be the actor's 4th time hosting the show. His last time hosting was 20 years ago, though. And he will be joined by musical guests Elton John and Brandi Carlile. SNL airs right here on WRAL tomorrow night after our 11 o'clock newscast.
That's going to be a good episode. All right, well, Subway expanding its foot-long offerings, diving into the world of nachos. The sandwich chain is partnering with Doritos to offer foot-long nachos as a new menu item. It features nacho cheese Doritos covered in cheddar cheese, jalapenos, tomatoes, red onions, and a chipotle sauce. The nachos will be on the sidekick menu starting at $5.
A Wisconsin artist is putting the final touches on his NFL Draft Day installation. The league saw Ike Winter's work online, and they liked it so much they asked him to create 32 wooden art pieces for the 2025 draft. It's being held in Green Bay. Winter says it's an honor to be able to represent his community in front of the world.
Being from Milwaukee and from Wisconsin has been a big part of my brand and the way I storytell my journey. So now to represent it on such a national stage is very surreal for me. I'm just beyond grateful for the opportunity.
Well, there's some piece of work there. This year's theme is built by community. Every material used in Winter's work was found on the side of the road or in alleys across Milwaukee.
Wow, they're
repurposing,
incredible. Oh my goodness. All right, the 78th North Carolina Azalea Festival is happening this weekend. It's held each year in Wilmington, and this year, Flo Rida will headline the event tonight. He is the artist behind popular songs like Low, Right Round, and My House. It'll be at the Live Oak Bank Pavilion. Numerous other events will be held around the city. And we are following that breaking news this morning. This is a live look at Lewisburg Road in Raleigh. Right now, 2 people have died in a serious crash. How long that road is expected to be shut down this morning?
Also, down to the wire, time is nearly out to reach a deal on TikTok. What happens to the popular social media platform if it's not sold to an American company today?
And the Blue Devils battle on. Duke prepares for its Final Four game up against Houston tomorrow. The team's run at a national title continues in San Antonio.